I'm gonna have a kid in every country and make them fight to the death. Maybe not to the death, but whoever comes out on top, that'll be the one ruler, the one heir to my throne. And bro, all the other ones, they're gonna be the peasants, the plebeians, the peons. They're gonna be the lessers, the lowers, and they're all gonna have to take orders from the winner, the one that comes out on top. Because when I die, they're gonna have to like fight for the throne and like the heir to like my empire and everything. Because it's gonna be like I'm gonna be like a multi, I'm already like a multi quadrillionaire. So by the time I have kids, by the time I'm dead, I don't know, maybe septillionaire. Just something calm, nothing crazy. But yeah, they're gonna have to fight for it, and they're gonna like literally every single country, Azerbaijan, Canada, uh, Sweden. All of them. Every single country, every single one, all of them. North Sentinel Island, bro. North Sentinel Island, they're evolving, cause you got to think about it. That one boat crashed there. They have access to like iron and shit now, bro. They could be building superheroes, bro. Imagine if you're just on an island, your entire life, every single generation before you was just on that island. Nobody has known anything besides that island, and then a random boat which just probably looks like a spaceship to you, just appears, and it's a bunch of people who look kind of like you guys, but they're talking, and they got like tons of technology and shit, and they're like taking pictures of you and shit. They got like guns and shit, and they're on like a hovercraft, like a special craft, and it crashes, and bro, you would be so fucking confused. That would be tales for generations. They're probably gonna eventually in another 1,000 years travel out to the world just because of that. Like we just maybe even 500 years at this point. Maybe it would have been like 2,000 before. Now it's 500 years because we sped it up because we gave them the idea to make a boat. You got to think about that, bro. Because they didn't even have that. How could you think of some shit you didn't know existed? Think about it, bro. Think about that right there. How could you think of some shit that you didn't know existed? You can't. You can't imagine something. You can't imagine a new color. Go ahead. You're not gonna be able to. Imagine a new sound. Imagine imagine a new shape. Imagine a new number or a new letter or some shit, bro. You can't imagine these things. You can't. You're not able to because it's not possible, bro. That's how it was like for North Sentinel Island before they figured out that there's other beings out there. They probably didn't even know what the fuck that was. They're probably like, the fuck, there's a fucking alien, bro. Like we gotta get this guy, and they're probably celebrating because the aliens never came back. But bro, here's my plan. We're gonna go in there. We're gonna get like 50 to like 200 drones, and we're gonna have them do like different like drone dances and shit. And we're gonna convince them that I'm God. And then we're gonna get like fireworks and shit. We're gonna have them go off. We're gonna get flamethrowers. We're gonna have a bunch of guys with flamethrowers. So anytime any of them like try and go after me, flamethrowers from all directions. They burn them to death. They incinerate them immediately. Fireworks going off all the time. Just send a firework at somebody if he pisses me off. You know what? We have chemicals and shit. So I'm gonna swap out all their water one night for just straight like chlorine, and all of them they're just gonna like that shit, bro. Like all of them in a whole village just to teach them a lesson if they try and step at me, bro. And we have weapons, bro. What is 100 uncivilized beings gonna do against 30 dudes in a machine gun turret, all surrounding them in like 4 tanks? Because we're deploying the tanks in, bro. We're deploying the tanks in like how they used to deploy the AT-ATs in Star Wars. Like they just drop them off with the ship, and then the ship just goes on and does whatever. So we're gonna do that, and then we're gonna take over North Sentinel Island, and then they're gonna be loyal as fuck, loyal as hell, bro, because they're gonna think I'm God. They're actually gonna think I'm God. Like I gave them what they think is like aliens and robots and shit, what they think is magic, bro. Like I was doing crazy shits to them. So now these are my minions from now on, and now we're gonna take over the world with these little minions. Cause what is there like 500 of them, bro? Imagine 500 loyal little minions that are convinced you're God. You could do some crazy shits with those, bro. You could have those 500 guys go take over another smaller civilization with maybe 1,000 people. Remember, you already have like your army, so you probably have 100 people. So now you have 100 army people, 500 loyal ass, ready to die for you minions, just straight cannon fodder to take over the next little small country. And you could just slowly build up every single small country like that, and then make like Antarctica your base or some shit, and then start chipping away at the ice, and then you could maybe get a caveman or two, or a couple dinosaurs or some shit, whatever's in the ice. There's some frozen shits. There's probably a couple things alive. um, yeah, and then you're just gonna build up your army. Maybe go inside of the underground and find all the mole people, because there's got to be mole people. And then go underwater, and then find like water people. Like find Atlantis, find all the ocean people, and then bro, at that point you probably have like millions of loyal, diehard, ready to die for you minions that think you're God, and you just united all these nations. You united the Atlantis, the Water Kingdom, the land, the humans, the North Sentinels, and the smaller countries and shit. You united like the mole people, the undergrounds, the dwellers. What else did you unite? Yeah, the cavemen, the monsters, and whatever, like the ancients. You unite everybody, bro, and then eventually you just take over the entire planet, the whole planet. So what you want to do after that? After you took over the whole planet, you're gonna go over to Mars, to Jupiter, Venus. We're gonna colonize every single planet in our solar system. Then we're gonna break out of the Milky Way galaxy. We're gonna go from galaxy to galaxy. We're gonna take them over, and then we're just like that. That's how North Sentinel Island is gonna access world peace and my domination of the entire universe. All right, bye.